I mean,
this year at least.
I don't think anybody can play that stadium. I think it's the stadium more than I think it's anything.
And he did well against Washington the start before. Gray's been fine away. That's not where you want to make your argument. You want to make your argument that Gray can't pitch in New York, and you're 100% right.
I don't think he can pitch for New York. That's my biggest thing. He can't handle the media. He can't handle the pressure. He can't handle anything that comes with being a pitcher in New York.
He's got to be
Gray
non-tendered.
needs to go. He needs to be
non-tendered.
Needs to go.
That's all it is. Also tonight, the Mets will continue their 4-game series at Citi Field against the Braves. Dominic, what do you think of the series?
Oh, boy.
I just have to bring this up. They don't do anything at the trade deadline, right? Because they're happy with the starters they have, right? You know, they're happy with the pitching rotation they have.
It's not their starters' fault that they're garbage.
I know. But they're saying how they don't want to rebuild for 2019. And then the next night, you lose 25-4 to the Nationals. It was just like the worst. You can't write this stuff up. You can't write this stuff up.
We had interviewed Tim Healy that night. I wanted to text him, bet you wish you were still talking to us as opposed to covering the Mets.
I bet they wish that they traded Steven Matz now. This guy's never going to be able to play. Like
they really should have traded Matz.
He's going to be hurt all the time.
They gave more run support to Jose Reyes than they did to Steven Matz.
Well, here's what I'll say.
You can't make that game up. Like, Jose Reyes pitched.
All right.
What?
All right. Trading Wheeler and Matz would have just been a Band-Aid. It wouldn't have made the Mets. It may have made them happy a little bit.
It's not a splash. You know, you're not going to get a huge haul.
It starts and ends with DeGrom. If you're going to trade DeGrom, just do it. You're not going to be good. There's no plausible scenario where the Mets are going to be good anytime soon. Start the rebuild now.
But they're happy with their roster for 2019. Yeah.
Start the
How are you
rebuild
happy
now.
with the
But
roster
who's
when you're looking
trading him? You're going to trust. First of all,
no.
Somebody told me something very intelligent. Nothing run by 3 people works well. Nothing. You need one guy in charge. You're going to trust.
That's not true. This show worked very well without you.
By the way, if I may just defend myself, I never said that I didn't agree with the trade that sent Tyler Austin.
You were just in love with Tyler Austin.
I'm not in love with him.
You were
Jake, I'm not in love
You
with
were
him.
defending him nonstop.
All I was saying was that Tyler Austin, sometime in his career, I'm willing to put a gentleman's bet on the table with you. Are you ready?
Go ahead. You're not going to look at me. I'm not going to look at you.
I'm looking right at you.
Oh, you are? Okay. You said you weren't going to, so I just assumed.
So is that why this whole time? That's hysterical. Second of all, I'm willing to bet sometime in his career, Tyler Austin will be a starting player for a major league ball team.
No chance.
Give me a handshake.
No chance.
Give me a handshake, and what are we putting on it?
We're putting a gentleman's bet on it.
Well, I mean, we got to bet something.
$1. $1. Put $1 in.
I'll put a nice steak dinner on the table.
A steak dinner?
What? Oh,
wait,
come on. Wait. Where are you getting the steak?
I'm saying Peter Luger steak dinner.
You're on.
All right, here we go. We're on. Sometime in his career, this is like a 10 or 12-year bet, but we're going to do it. Here we go.
So when Tyler Austin retires, I'm going to cash in.
I mean, it just gives you guys an excuse to stay in touch with each other, right?
Yeah, right. So, I said to Dominic he better stay in touch with me when he goes to Oneonta.
Of course I will. Don't worry.
Look, I guess the point I was trying to make is I didn't say I hated the trade. I just thought that in a scenario.
Hold on. A starter. A good starter or a bad starter? Because he can start on a bad team.
No, that's not what we shook on. I said start. That's all I said.
Oh, that doesn't count.
Wait a second.
An everyday player. Is an everyday player a bad player? Yeah, some places. But yes.
He's on the Twins.
I will say a middle-of-the-road starter for somebody. It doesn't necessarily be a Twin.
Okay, that's fair. Middle-of-the-road
starter.
Guy, so good.
450 at-bats a year.
So good. See, I'm not going to bet on 450 at-bats. He's on the Twins. So... I mean, he can get 450 at-bats on the Twins. A good starter. Someone who I can put in every day on a playoff team and say, you know what, that guy's going to hold his own.
You know, I'm going to do it anyway, just because I want to have a bet.
All right, that's fine. We
shook already, but I'm putting my hands up. How? Anyway.
Going back to the Mets.
Yeah,
back to the Mets.
I have a couple other factors, too, is that I wanted to bring up that tonight, Jacob deGrom is pitching, and it's going to end up like it always does. He's probably going to pitch really well.
For DeGrom.
And then also, I brought this up before, and I just wanted to tell everybody, because I think everybody needs to know this, that Asdrubal Cabrera still leads the Mets in the highest batting average, and he's not even on the team anymore. I said it before, but I wanted to say it on there, because if anybody didn't realize that, just how pathetic this organization is right now.
It's a horror show. They should have started the rebuild, and now whoever the new GM is, whether it's Rico, someone from the outside, he's got a lot of work to do.
So much work.
But would you want...
See, but I'm glad. I'm glad now, because the Knicks are finally not the worst organization in New York anymore. And
definitely
someone
not the
finally,
Jets.
Yeah, it's definitely not the Jets. And,
And maybe the Islanders.
By the way, are you coming around on Sam Darnold? It's been sounding like you have.
I want him to be successful. He's proven to me in training camp that he looks pretty good. See how he does.
Okay.
See how he does in preseason.
Do you want him starting first game, or do you want him to learn?
Absolutely.
Yes, you do. Okay.
You have 5 picks invested in him. I know he said 4 picks a few weeks ago. It's 5 picks. You have the 3rd overall pick, the 6th overall pick, the 2 second-round picks that you traded in this past draft, and then your second-round pick in the coming draft. That's 5. So 4 was completely incorrect by me. I apologize about that. It's 5.
if he doesn't start week 1, then
It's a failure. It's a failure on Bowles and a failure on McCagnon. What else is new? All right, enough. I'm sick of this. Let's take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be talking hockey next. But first, I got to tell you about a great show that we have on this station. It's Shades of Jazz. It's on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Host Greg Bigelow presents a cool and sophisticated blend of rare grooves, familiar classics, and the best of today's modern jazz artists. We'll be talking hockey next on Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
Excuse me. I know you have a 9 o'clock, so I'll keep this short. I'm the business suit in the back of your closet. You wore me nearly every day before your office went, quote, casual. I used to be the CEO of your closet. Now I'm just that one intern no one ever talks to. I always thought you'd circle back with me. Get granular. Keep me in the pipeline. But nada. Nothing. Don't you remember the McKittrick presentation? You spilled coffee on me, and I still looked amazing during the breakout talkback Q&A. So, I think it's time for me to move on. I've got a great resume, and I absolutely crush it in interviews, okay? Let's make this a clean break. Shift the paradigm. The only thing I ask is that you think outside the box here and do this. Take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create new jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Alexa, can you please do my food shopping today?
Food shopping today added to your shopping list.
Alexa, can you do my math homework for me?
I'm not sure.
Alexa, play WHPC.
Play WHPC.
You can now listen to the voice of Nassau Community College on your Amazon Echo.
Simply say, Alexa, play WHPC.
I am already playing WHPC.
Sorry. So go ahead and buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Buy a silicone steamer in the shape of a faceless melting pig.
Yeah, that exists. And while you shop, play WHPC.
Or buy a headband with a mullet hair attached to it.
I refuse to buy a headband with mullet hair attached to it.
Yeah, that exists too. Not sure why. But when you buy it, you can play WHPC.
So play WHPC on your Amazon device today.
And thanks for listening to 90.3 WHPC.
Jacob Volk. Jacob Volk.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
How do you have a favorite child?
It'll be my son. If I have a son and a daughter, it's my son.
I couldn't hear it. I was trying to listen on Elmore's.
I know. You're listening to Beyond the Game on the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. We are live twice a week, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. and Fridays at 3 p.m. I am Jacob Volk. You can follow me on Twitter at RealJacobVolk. Sitting across from me, Dominic Arbolino, who you can follow on Twitter at Darbs5258.
I feel like I was just waiting to go on a Disney ride.
With that music? Does Disney own Howdy Doody? I don't know. Disney owns everything.
No, I'm just saying. It's just like it was like a nice jingle that you're waiting in line, you're looking at stuff on the walls.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
It's a small world after all.
Oh, please stop.
I hate that auxiliary microphone. Eric Fischetti, who you can follow on Twitter at Sergeant Fish. Nick Ohrnberger, who you won't find on American Idol, but you can find him at Nick Ohrnberger. And the true hockey maven, tell if that other guy can't say that enough, Elnor Chompy, who you can follow on Twitter at ELLE Hockey Maven. Number to call if you have something on your mind is 516-572-7440. And we got to get to hockey, The Flyers re-signed Robert Hagg to a 2-year deal worth $2.3 million. Last year, he had 9 points in 70 games. Eleanor, what are your thoughts on the deal?
I think it's a good deal. I think it's a safe deal. He's a good defenseman. He still needs to develop. Last season was his first season with the Flyers. He played 3 seasons in the AHL. He led all Flyers with 238 hits this past season. So he hits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
He's a Broad Street bully. He's a throwback.
Yeah, I mean, he's still young. He
fits
plays
right in with the Flyers.
Yeah, he does. He plays third pair minutes, so it's a good deal.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money. It's $1.15 a year. I'd have preferred it be 1 year, so you're not committed into that second year. But I'm not going to get too mad over it. I'd like the production to be a little bit more on the offensive end. But you know what? Like you said, Eleanor, he led the Flyers in hits last year. It's a decent deal. I can't get
He has
too
his
mad.
role.
Yeah,
he has
exactly.
his role, and they want him to keep it that way.
Absolutely.
That's why the deal is good.
The Avalanche re-signed Patrick Nemeth to a 1-year deal worth $2.5 million. Last year, he had 15 points in 68 games. Eleanor, what do you think of the deal?
Another good deal. He's a big physical defenseman. He had 185 block shots this past season, and he led the Avalanche with plus 27, which was the highest plus minus for defensemen since 2002 for the Avalanche. So he's good. Again, another guy that plays his role very well.
Yeah, I like Nemeth a lot. I have seen him because I was watching that playoff series, and I do remember watching him when I saw Matt Duchene get traded live. That was pretty fun. I like this deal for the Avalanche, and I gotta say, they've got something cooking there.
Yeah, and they have their full roster now with this signing, and they still have $12 million in cap space. So that gives them a lot of room to work with for the season, with trades, all that stuff.
Erik Karlsson? Max
Maybe.
Pacioretty? Could happen. Well, I'll tell you who it won't be. The Hurricanes traded Jeff Skinner to the Sabres.
I like how you did that.
Thank you. For Cliff Pooh, who I feel very sorry for. The guy must have been destroyed in elementary and middle school. Their second-round pick next year, and their third and sixth-round picks in 2020. Last year, Skinner had 49 points in 82 games. Eleanor, who do you think won the trade?
Sabres. I don't even think it's a question.
It's not.
I mean, getting draft picks is always good, but Jeff Skinner is awesome. I'm a huge Jeff Skinner fan. He's great 5-on-5, and that's where the Sabres need a lot of help. So I think it's awesome for the Sabres. The Sabres look good.
Yeah, I was
They
just gonna
really
say,
do.
How,
They really
how
do.
good do you think the Sabres could be this year?
Better than they've been.
All right, well,
Which is pretty easy to do.
Answer.
I think it all is on Hutton.
Yeah.
I think, he's finally got a starting role where, this is where you could shine, and let's see if you can really just fulfill the role.
And I mean, they have Skinner now. They have Connor Sheary, obviously Jack Eichel. Casey Middlestat will be playing. He's from the University of Minnesota. Really good. He's one of the best prospects in the league.
They've just got to...
Ristolainen, Dalen.
Exactly. They've just got to upgrade their defense. They're really top-heavy with the Rasmus brothers, as I'm going to call them, Dalen and Ristolainen. I don't know if they're going to play together, but I'd like them to add some depth defensemen. I don't know how much cap space they have, but if the Sabres want to make a run, which they can, they do have a very good young roster. Eleanor, you're 100% right. They are going to need to upgrade their defense because Carter Hutton is going to need a lot of help back there. I'm not sold on him. These guys who get paid to be a starter after being a backup for a long time, sometimes it works, like Martin Jones and Antti Ranta and Cam Talbot. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't, like Scott Darling. And I
feel like that's how you find your goalies, though, nowadays. I feel it's really
but I don't
turning.
like it.
Yeah, I mean, because you're taking a risk, because it can either pan out or it can go really bad.
I mean, I don't hate the Sabres signing Hutton. I don't hate the Islanders signing Lehner. I just can't look at them and say that Hutton's going to be the next Dominic Hasek and Lehner's going to be the next Billy Smith.
Well, I will tell you this. Obviously, Hutton isn't going to be the next Dominic Hasek, and you're absolutely right. But on the Blues...
He was just the first Sabres goalie that popped into my head.
Yeah, I get it. But on the Blues, Hutton was the best goalie. He was better than Jake Allen, and for most of the year, he was better than Jake Allen.
And they let him go, though. But they let him go. That
yeah, they let him go, and apparently the Islanders were in on Hutton, too.
Well, they shouldn't have been, I'll tell you that.
Well, you know what?
They should have just blown everything up. I don't understand why
they have Robin Leonard for a year.
I don't understand why they're trying to cobble together a competitive roster. They're going to be the worst team in hockey this year. There will be AHL teams that will be capable of beating the Islanders.
I just think with goalies, like now in today's game, there are backups that are true backups that cannot be anything else, and they know their role, and there are goalies that are backups that think that they can be starters, and that works out more than not, I think.
I'd have to think about that. But sometimes it works.
It's like the same thing with Grubauer.
Yeah, exactly. But you don't know about Grubauer either.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,